Hello, hello. It's Business Partner B1 Plus, Unit 6, Lesson 6.1, Fairphone. The unit is about entrepreneurs. And if you like the market of mobile phones, this video is for you. If you want to be an entrepreneur, this video is for you. And if you are learning business management, this video is also for you. Why? Because we are going to use vocabulary related to starting and financing a business. And we start by thinking about important entrepreneurs. Do you remember who Bill Gates is? Larry Page, Steve Jobs, Enzo Ferrari, if you prefer. They all started companies and they all were or are entrepreneurs. What's the difference between a successful business person and an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur creates a company. A successful business person works in a company, works for a big company, right? Well, let's move on. Why do people start their own businesses? Why? And how many reasons can you think of? Would you like to open a business? I have already opened one. I used to have an English school and it was lots of fun. I also worked with photography and it was also lots of fun. But how many reasons or what reasons can you think of a person who starts their own business? I have some ideas here. Let me read for you. Maybe they lost their job, and they want to change. They want a change. And by opening a business, the person will be free. They have identified a business that they want to work on, and they can see a common problem and they want to introduce a new service or product to solve, to deal, to tackle that problem, or they take over a family's business and they want to leave to put it into a higher level. Maybe these are reasons why they become entrepreneurs. Under what circumstances would you start a business, and what kind of business would you like to open? I liked that one. Some people feel more comfortable at working for a company, but they lose their jobs. Would you open your business? What kind of business would it be? Why don't you write in the comments what you would like to work with? What are the 3 biggest attractions and disadvantages of running your own business? Do you have any reasons, any ideas? You could also write in the comments. But think about it. You can pause the video. And then, well, I have some ideas. For example, freedom is something positive, being your own boss, the chance to make a lot of money. These 3 are possible possible attractions. But there are some disadvantages, maybe, like the risk, loss of money, long hours, stress, and stress of responsibility. Many things are involved in opening a business. So think before you go for it, but you could try that. But if you ever open a business, don't try. You go to have success, okay? Don't just try. Bas van Abel, CEO of Fairphone, says he's created the world's first ethical smartphone. What do you think he means by first ethical smartphone? What would an ethical smartphone be? Do you have an idea? Ethical could be something very correct. Let's think about it. Look, this is the website of Fairphone, shop.fairphone.com. Let's go for ethical. What is it? Relating to principles of what's right and wrong. Oh, that's very nice. Then, right? So let's think of it as something very positive. But why it would be an ethical smartphone? What do you think of it? Well, I'd like to know your answer, and we can talk about that in our live lesson, or you could write in the comments. Then we are going to watch the video and check your predictions because he gives more details on that. Discuss your ideas in pairs in the live lesson. Well, you have access to the video, and the video also has these ideas here. This is a summary of it. Watch the video again and complete the summary using 1 to 3 words in each gap. Well, obviously, it's important to watch the video. You have access to it, and then you'll be able to complete the summary. By the way, we are going to work a lot in Unit 6 with summaries. And let's learn how it is, how it works from the beginning, from lesson 1. And let me read it. Fairphone is a company which started life as A or N to give visibility to the wars in the eastern Congo. Many conflicts are related to the mines where the blah for mobile phones come from. And then the campaigners decided to blah, blah, blah. The company grew very fast. Within the first 2 years, the staff increased from 2 people to blah, blah, blah. Turnover in the first 18 months was 16 million euros. And in only 3 weeks more than blah, 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 people bought the phone before it was built. Imagine, people ordered, but there were no phone to sell, to send, to deliver. The Fairphone design is modular, which means that people can blah, 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 the components themselves. The company wants to help the economy in the Democratic Republic of Congo by getting minerals from conflict-free mines. They have also recycled blah 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 old phones in order to reuse the minerals. Basvan Abel believes business is an important mechanism to actually blah blah blah. He did not start Fairphone to become blah 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 phone company in the world, but to show that there's blah 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 for ethical business. It's a very interesting video. It's a very interesting idea behind the phone called Fairphone. Very interesting. Going back to 3, in which we would like to think about why it is an ethical smartphone. If you watched the video, you could say that there are 3 basic answers he mentions. Firstly, the company aims to help the local economies where there are mineral mines, like we saw in the summary. 2, The design of the phone helps customers adapt their phones as it's modular, as we saw in the summary. And thirdly, the company recycles old phones, as we also saw in the summary. We didn't see the number of old phones recycled, but you have in the video when you watch it, and you can complete the summary. After watching the video and doing the summary, oh, by the way, turnover is the amount of business done in a particular period of time, measured by the amount of money obtained from customers for goods or services that they have been sold. All right? Yes. So number 5 is another one connected to comprehension. Who would buy Fairphone's mobile phones? This is not about you and me, but what kind of people would buy those phones? Do you have an idea? Well, do you agree that people who want to build and repair their own phones, people who are concerned about the environment and the conflicts in the Eastern Congo, people who don't see the need to buy the latest smartphone every year or two. Very nice. Would you consider buying a Fairphone? Why or why not? And based on what Baz said in the video interview, what do you think are the key points he wants to communicate to consumers? Do you have an idea? I'll give you an idea here. He wants people to know where the minerals for phones come from, and that people are dying in wars which are being fought for these minerals. Terrible, isn't it? He also wants people to know that with a modular phone, you can replace parts of the phone rather than the whole phone. So did you like these ideas? Do you agree with Baz? Maybe you could be the next owner of a Fairphone. How do you think he will measure the success of his company? Don't you agree that only the turnover, the money, isn't his way of measuring? Because he claims to have an ethical company, an ethical phone, and be interested in social aspects of the production and everything. So by sales and profits would be the usual measure. But as this is a social enterprise, he will probably also measure its success by the help it brings to local economies and communities in the Eastern Congo, as well as how it reduces the impact on the environment by recycling minerals. Very interesting. How would you... by the way, did you know that Congo is the house of many gorillas? It's an important country in the world for gorillas. Very important one. How would you describe his attitude to the business world? Do you think that people pay attention to initiatives like this, or people that only want to make money look at that and says, oh, that's not interesting, I wouldn't do anything about that? Or do you think he can impact and also inspire and other entrepreneurs to develop initiatives like his? Well, he's pragmatic. He feels it's necessary to show that a more ethical business can be a success so that other corporations will follow the example. I think it's a very nice idea to create something like this and encourage others to do the same. Let's take a look at this extra activity. You can watch the video again and complete these sentences from the video. Okay, for example, millions of people died in wars related to of these minerals. Now, it's easy, right? You don't have to have watched the video to be able to answer, although I've watched it twice. It's obviously mining of these minerals. Fairphone as a business in 2013. It's obviously that it started, right? What word here is connected to starting a business? Launch it. Okay, so we had over 3.5 million euros in the bank account, demand, sales, source, supply chain, or waste. In the bank account. Oops. Total more than 82,000. Demand, supply chain, waste, sales, or source? It has to be sales, right? If you produce phones, you produce, right? You produce waste. Yes, because when people exchange their phones, they have waste. And during the production, there's a lot of waste generated also. We want to take back phones as well to minerals, as well to source. Right? To take back the minerals to be used in the supply chain again. And finally, if the grows, the market will follow. If the demand grows, the market will follow. So if they are successful in creating an ethical and something related to doing good for society, something social, if he's successful, other companies will copy that example. That's what he wants to show us, right? Well, then there's the pronunciation bank, consonant vowel linking. In spoken English, a consonant at the end of a word is often linked to a vowel at the beginning of the next word. How does it work? Look, listen and repeat these phrases. Listen and repeat, please. Millions of people. The idea is that the S in the end of the word is linked with the O sound in off here. Pay attention.
Unit 6. Pronunciation. Recording 1.
Millions of people.
Right?
Make a phone.
Look, here we have a vowel and a vowel, but we have the sound make. That's not letter E, that's the sound of K. Make a phone, not make a phone, right? That's the idea.
But on the other hand,
But on the other hand, that's the link.
the situation in eastern Congo.
Situation in eastern Congo. This is up for you. It's up to you to copy. You can pause, go back, and play to say these phrases again. Mark where there will be consonant vowel links in this extract. Right, let me play.
Unit 6. Pronunciation. Recording 2.
That's why we started a company instead of, doing art projects, for example.
Easy, right? Started a company instead of, doing art projects, for example. Doing art project example, right? Look, again, millions of people make a phone. Again, make a phone. But on the other hand, the situation in Eastern Congo, that's why we started a company instead of, doing art projects, for example. Very nice. And finally, we have here running a business. We have 3 words or three ideas here. What do the words in the box mean? Complete the extract from the video using the words and phrases. Crowdfunding. What's the meaning of crowdfunding? Do you know? Well, it's a method of getting money for something. For example, a new business, by asking many people to give part of the money needed, often on the internet. Set up to start a company, organization, committee, to organize the things to be able to start doing something. Startup. Startup is a new small company or business, especially one whose work involves technology. So let's try to complete the sentences. Which one would you use to complete the fastest growing tech of Europe? The fastest growing tech startup, right? We made a turnover of 16 million euros. The first actually was through crowdfunding. That's why we set up Fairphone. Well, this is part A of the lesson. Lesson 6.1, Fairphone, of Unit 6, Entrepreneurs, of the book Business Partner B1 Plus. Did you like the lesson? Did you like the video? Strike the like button, subscribe to the channel. Yes, that's a very nice thing. And if you like social things, why don't you buy me a cup of coffee, as I took this time to create this video. So you go in the comments and you see the link to go to buymeacoffee.com. Buy a coffee. Yes, but it's not necessary. The interesting thing is that you stayed until the end of the video. See you in part B of this wonderful lesson. Bye bye.